Welcome to day 23. Be laser focused. Say no to distractions. The Retail Solve Blueprint to teach you everything you need to know to confidently grow and scale your brand. Build a connected community of loyal evangelists and multiply your brand's impact, sales, and profits. If we are meeting for the first time, my name is Dan Lohman. I've had the privilege of mentoring and working with hundreds of brands, from pre-revenue to multi-billion dollars in sales. This is a culmination of the best strategies that are working today. I've spent years testing and perfecting them to save you valuable time and money while giving you the edge that you deserve. If you haven't done so yet, download the free 30 Days of Prosperity Workbook at retailsolve.com/30-day workbook to help you get the most out of this brand building series. Go back and listen to every episode in the series in this masterclass so that you don't miss a thing. The strategies build upon each other in the order of the series. Please share these and help me raise the bar in natural. I want to take a moment to recap the last episode. Maximize productivity, prioritize important tasks, and block time. In that episode, we spent a lot of time talking about the importance of time management and how to effectively block time so that you have the time that you need to focus on the things that matter most, and how to decide which things matter and which things are not important. Which things do you need to do to drive sales, and which things are nice to do things or things that can wait till later? Or better yet, which are the things that you can use to delegate? And that leads us nicely to today's topic. Be laser focused. Say no to distractions. They say that the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Now, while that may seem overly dramatic, the simple fact is that you're measured by your accomplishments and not by your intentions, no matter how noble. Let's face it, running a business is challenging, with so many things constantly fighting for our time and our attention. It's easy to get distracted and off track. You find yourself working on something that sounded important, and then hours later wondering how it lured you down another rabbit hole. Sound familiar? It's a constant struggle sometimes to stay focused. Even more difficult to give things the attention that they deserve. When you're not able to give it your all, it shows up in your work. Your committed customers will notice immediately because they have a vested interest in your success. Eventually, others will begin to notice, and that's when things begin to unravel around you. When you're not able to give it your all, it shows up in your work. Your committed customers will notice immediately because they have a vested interest in your success. Eventually, others begin to notice, and this is where things begin to unravel around you. This is where founders frequently unintentionally derail their success. Think back to a time where you missed a deadline or overlooked something that was out of character for you. Remember how much it bothered you? Remember how you swore it would never happen again, and then it did. This is a sign that you need to delegate more effectively. You need to either find someone better equipped to handle that issue or find someone else to handle other aspects of your business so that you can give that issue the attention that it deserves. This is where you need to know the difference between a distraction and something that's important. I believe that the real strength of a leader is the ability to surround themselves with talented people and then empower them to succeed on the leader's behalf. Effectively delegating is the best way to avoid distractions in the first place, and that begins with well-developed teams that know what your expectations are, that you give the authority and the power to act on your behalf. That way you can focus on what's really important, the stuff required to run and grow your brand. Having a good work-life balance is important, and it allows you to remain engaged and interested. Distractions can easily rob you of your passion and make you regret launching your brand and starting your business in the first place. This is a key reason why so many brands fail. One good way to avoid this is to join a mastermind group or professional group to help guide you and keep you centered. They're a great place to share ideas where you can bounce ideas off and get input. More importantly, this is a great place where you can share and implement a lot of these strategies that we're talking about here in the 30 Day to Guide to Prosperity Challenge. They will hold you accountable, something that we all need. Look for some of the networking groups and develop a mastermind that you can be a part of. For additional inspiration, listen to podcast episode Secrets 11 with Tim Joseph with Maple Hill Creamery, sales growth strategies that focus on shopper satisfaction. This is a great episode because Tim focuses on what matters most to his customers. He listens to what they wanted, and what they wanted was grass-fed milk. So Tim developed a creative strategy to give them exactly what they wanted. And what's great about this strategy is that it created a niche for Tim to thrive in. And even better is Tim's product is amazing. You've got to try it out if you ever have an opportunity. Tim didn't allow distractions, the distractions of the industry that constantly said this is the way you have to do it. Instead, he focused on what matters the most, the customer. This is what we need to be doing. We need to focus on what matters most. Listening and paying attention to our customer. Focusing on what matters to them and delivering at a really high level. Secrets 11, Tim Joseph with Maplewood Creamery. Sales growth strategies that focus on shopper satisfaction. Next, listen to Secrets 53, Megan Reamer, Jackson's Honest, the power of perseverance, and the mission focused. This episode is one of my favorite. Megan shares her story, her journey, about how she was looking for a solution to help her son. I don't want to spoil the episode for you, but Megan and her family had turned to a lot of doctors, traditional doctors, who basically had written her son off. And Megan would not give up. Instead, she found a solution. And this episode is all about that and how she turned that solution to a brand. And as a result, by listening to the consumers around her, by listening to herself, and saying no to distractions, she was able to grow a thriving brand. Secrets 53, Megan Reamer, Jackson's Honest, the power of perseverance and mission focus. Next, listen to Secrets 107. To sell more and to grow beyond other brands in your category, you need to use strategies they overlook. In this episode, I talk about how if you want to compete with the big brands, you need the strategies that they use. And more importantly, once you understand the strategies that the big brands use, you can use those to your advantage. In this episode, I talk about how you can listen to your customers and you can use what they're telling you and develop insights around them to take your brand to the next level and beyond. By using category management and fact-based insights with the insights that your customers are sharing with you to get a significant competitive edge. After all, that's what this entire series is based upon. About you leveraging the strength of your brand by focusing on the consumer, by saying no to distractions, and using everything in your arsenal to give your brand the edge that it deserves. Secrets 107. To sell more and grow beyond other brands in your category, you need to use strategies they overlook. And then listen to Secrets 118. Focus on shoppers' market basket size to exponentially increase sales. Most brands overlook the importance of the market basket. They're so laser focused on their product, on selling their product, and they focus only on what it takes to get their product off the shelf that they forget about the consumer and the fact that the retailer has consumers buying a lot of different products in the store. Remember the three things that retailers really want? More traffic in their store, a reasonable profit in the category, and a competitive advantage in their market. Remember, the goal here is to help the retailer achieve what they want. And one of the best ways to do that is not only to focus on your product, but focus on the unique consumer that buys your product. And when that consumer buys your product, what are the other products that they put in their market basket? Because that same consumer that buys your product, a super premium brand, is also going to buy other super premium brands across the entire store. This makes your consumer far more valuable to the retailer. And this helps you make it easier for the retailer to say yes to your products. And this gives you the significant edge that retailers are looking for. Secrets 118. Focus on shoppers' market basket size to exponentially increase sales. Tip of the day. Your success is measured by your sales. Anything that does not drive sales needs to be secondary or needs to be delegated to someone better equipped to handle it. Say no to these distractions. I recorded a video which has illustrations and additional information that I can't share in the audio podcast. You can watch the accompanying video on the podcast webpage, and you can get there by going to retailsolve.com/session 249. In tomorrow's show, we'll talk about how to use management by objectives, or MBOs, to maximize sales. This episode will build on today's conversation. Thanks for listening, and I look forward to seeing you in the next show.